Hollywood has seen messy scandals before, but nothing like this. Because right now, the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni case isn't just a lawsuit. It's a full-blown showdown between someone fighting to expose every receipt and someone fighting just as hard to bury hers. And the harder Blake pushes to seal the truth, the more the public is asking, what exactly is she trying to hide? You've probably been watching this whole Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively situation unfold. And honestly, Blake Lively has managed to set her own reputation on fire, and Ryan Reynolds isn't looking too clean either. Ryan's scrambling to distance himself from the lawsuit, but the court isn't letting him slip away. They're saying he's a central piece of this mess. This is what happens when you try to destroy someone's career by weaponizing a movement and attempting to snatch control of an entire franchise from the guy who actually owns it. Justin has a solid case, and he's not backing down. He's pushing back hard, the same way Johnny Depp did. Eventually, someone has to say, no, you're not destroying me. Justin, who's always been known for being gentle and respectful, finally dropped the receipts. Actual text messages. Like when Blake told him to come into her dressing room while she was breastfeeding, then later complained that he entered the room while she was breastfeeding. She never expected those messages to see daylight. No one ever does when they're used to being protected. Ryan and Blake are A-list. People normally stay quiet. But every legal battle eventually hits a moment where it becomes less about facts and more about who is confident enough to let the truth breathe. And Blake has made it painfully obvious that she does not want air anywhere near this case. She's begging the court to keep her own evidence sealed. Meanwhile, Wayfarer Studios is practically on the courthouse steps yelling, "Unseal everything!" It's backwards, it's bizarre, and it exposes who genuinely believes their receipts can survive sunlight. If Blake had a winning case, she'd be live streaming her exhibits. Instead, she's hiding them like state secrets. Take the infamous Sowitz recording. Blake's team cherry-picked a few lines, waved them around dramatically, and acted like it was a smoking gun. But the moment Wayfarer asked for the full recording to be released so everyone could hear the real context, Blake's team practically threw their bodies in front of the filing cabinet. Suddenly, transparency is dangerous. Suddenly, the public might misinterpret. Suddenly, context is the enemy. Introducing evidence and then fighting to keep people from hearing it is not confidence. It's panic. And then there's the 292-page deposition she refuses to let the world see. Imagine filing a lawsuit and then fighting to hide your own sworn testimony. Wayfarer had to force her to justify why it should stay sealed. That alone says everything. Her lawyers keep saying she's not afraid of it going public. Right, and I'm not afraid of donuts. The behavior speaks louder. Meanwhile, Wayfarer is standing in the open saying, release the emails, release the contracts, release the full transcript, release everything. And what they want released reveals exactly why Blake is fighting the seal so aggressively. The 17-point demand list, the private jet expectations, the nannies, the creative control, the influence over the film's direction. Blake wasn't some powerless employee. She was steering the ship. Once that becomes public, the helpless victim narrative collapses instantly. The judge has now delayed the Lively action until May. Basically, the court looked at this disaster and said, everyone take a break, then ordered both sides to explore settlement. But anyone paying attention knows neither side is settling. Justin wants his name cleared publicly, Wayfarer wants everything unsealed, and Blake and Ryan can't settle without looking like their entire strategy combusted. So now all eyes are on January 22nd when Blake asks for spoliation sanctions while Wayfarer asks the judge to throw the whole case out. It's a double feature of legal chaos. Blake is trying to punish the same people begging the court for transparency, and she's doing it while fighting harder than anyone to keep her own evidence hidden. That contrast is brutal. Judges notice. This whole case is a psychological X-ray. Wayfarer trusts the documents. Blake is terrified of them. Her filings are one long panic attack, sealed here, redacted there, cropped over here, rewritten over there. She'd redact the table of contents if she could. She keeps yelling privacy, but privacy doesn't explain selective leaking. Privacy doesn't explain hiding full recordings. Privacy doesn't explain filing a lawsuit and then trying to wrap the entire lawsuit in bubble wrap. In this story, Wayfarer looks like the only adult in the room. They're saying, look at everything. Blake is whispering through a curtain, don't look at anything. This case isn't about what happened on set anymore. It's about who believes in their own evidence. And the closer we get to January, the louder the truth is knocking on the door.